Hey, girl. Hey.
Oh,
How's it going?
hi. Hi. Hi.
Don't do that again.
Okay.
Um, what's new with you, girl? What's new with you?
Nothing.
What's new with you?
I mean, stuff. Um,
Do you have anything going on? Like, that's
are
what
you excited for spooky season's about to get started?
I
You
mean,
excited? You excited?
sure.
Are you
Yay.
gonna do anything special this year? Are you gonna do anything?
I'm probably gonna go to the state fair. Does that count as something?
Oh my God. I miss state fairs.
You've got one in Florida.
But you have to go to Tallahassee, which is like an 8-hour drive.
I mean, you could take the Bright Line. No, you can't.
No, you can't. The Bright Line doesn't. They haven't even started the Bright Line to Orlando yet.
I know.
That
It's supposed to
starts
start soon.
next week.
Yeah.
Next week. But like tickets to there is like it's like a
$80,
it's like
isn't it?
50, yeah. Like so imagine like what going to Tampa and all of those places like eventually like it's not cheap.
That's completely reasonable.
Is it?
If you've got, think about it. $80 per person, right? If you were
Okay.
driving yourself,
Yes.
you would probably spend close to that in gas.
$80 in gas?
If you did, the average
I've-
Floridian, you being the average Floridian, not someone who actually, went and bought a hybrid, the average Floridian who has a big white truck.
I know those people.
Yeah, now that is completely reasonable. And you don't have to think about it like this. You don't have to deal with parking. You don't have to deal with like I don't know if the Bright Line's gone directly to Disney yet. It's supposed to go Orlando, then Disney's the next stop.
There's gonna be like a Disney Springs stop.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if that's right there, that is saving you parking, saving you how to pay for parking, saving you having to deal with getting around places. Like that's completely worth it.
Okay.
Then I love the train, like because I love trains.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, especially on gowns. Girl, have you made a caftan with the train yet? If not, why haven't you?
Afton with a train?
Caftan with a train.
I mean,
Think about it.
no, I mean I can see it, but also that will be a little bit strange. I mean, functionally, because I mean I usually wear them when I'm doing my shows. So like,
What I'm saying is if you had a standing number and you came out in a caftan with the longest insane train, like by 12 yards of cheap material, and make a caftan with the longest train.
actually, that would be kind of cool.
Yes.
Because I mean, all of
Something that you don't have to move very far around
no,
on.
no, functionally, I mean, just us saying it out loud, functionally, I easily know how it will be made. It's just,
Yeah.
I guess I just never, huh? No, it's kind of cool.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And I'm talking like a huge train. I'm not talking something small. I've saw
I feel like almost like an art project of sorts too.
yeah. You can even put a mannequin behind you that's in another caftan, so it's two caftans combined.
Oh man, if you have a caftan with a train at the very end of the train, it's dragging a mannequin along, I would be. Oh,
Yeah.
now
Yeah,
we're
there you go.
talking.
There you go.
Go get me a mannequin from Spain Hours, and we can do this.
Girl, they don't have any heads or arms. Don't you remember they were the weird ones?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There's got to be some factory somewhere that's
I'm
holding
sure
these,
there
all these
are. I'm
mannequins.
sure there are. What movie was that in with the mannequins?
The movie Mannequin,
No. It's like a more recent movie
Mannequin 2.
that
You
had
walked
nothing
into
to
that-
that had
you
nothing
walked
to
into
do
that
with Kim
one.
Cattrall.
You walked in. That was Mannequin 2. You walked into the mannequin.
Let me just tell you, girl, we've changed up our cable provider, and we
Okay.
now use Sling TV. Let me just
Okay.
tell you, for $40 a month,
Yes.
we get so many fucking random channels. It is great. We have one that just plays Alf 24/7.
What?
One that plays Kids in the Hall 24/7.
That's weird.
It's IFC something, and it's just like IFC Kids in the Hall. Here's all the kids in the hall just going on.
I don't know if I'd ever get anything done if I had a channel like that.
Yeah.
Now you need to write them and say we need an IFC SCTV channel, and then we'll be talking.
I don't know if they own the rights to SCTV. I don't know if they do.
I want somebody to please to stream that again so we can go back and watch it.
Is it not on somewhere?
No. I mean, last I checked a few years ago, and it was still nowhere.
Let's see here. 6 seasons, how to watch and stream SCTV on Roku. No, that is not what I'm looking for. Where can I stream SCTV? It says it's on Hulu.
Really? Like Hulu? For real?
That can't be right. That can't be right.
I mean, I'll check real quick on my Hulu app, but that's.
I
mean,
it's on YouTube. They have they've got a bunch of mini videos of it on YouTube, like each skit.
Yeah, it's like, I bet you at some point, I mean, I don't know for sure, right? But most likely it'll be that same company that got the rights to like Mystery Science Theater, that one that does like that finds all the obscure pop culture things.
Yeah, Rhino was it?
Yeah, Rhino or something like that. I mean, maybe one day, but it's just weird to me that like, that's kind of like a landmark show at this point, but even Kids in the Hall is on Amazon.
Yeah, I mean, Kids in the Hall's on IFC TV, like I just told you.
No, I'm just saying, like, even a show like that.
But so SCTV's harder because it's not American, right? That's CBC.
That's true.
So who knows what they do? That's
true. I forgot that it was Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid Borders.
I loved Borders back in the day.
I missed Borders, actually.
I loved their coffee was so good. It was better than the Starbucks. It was
their little 20% off coupons on books.
Girl, yes. You know what? That should have told us that Bed Bath & Beyond was going under, because those 20% coupons, they don't work. It seems like any place that puts through a 20% coupon, doomed to die. Well,
I mean, it's basically just like admitting what everyone knows, which is that it's upcharged. Yeah. Like everyone, it's like Joann's, right? Like, how does Joann's have a sale every weekend? Well, it's because everything is upcharged. Mm-hmm. So, that's how they can afford it.
Speaking of upcharging, did you know that we have a Patreon?
That was a great segue.
Dear listeners, if you go to patreon.com,
wow,
Mims and Maim, you can throw some money. Hey, Maim, did you know that we have another podcast?
Say what?
That's right. We have Baking Sugar, the OG podcast, which is Designing Women. and we object our newest Allie McBeal podcast. And Maim, yes, if you become patron, if there was just a little money,
a little bit,
you can sign up on Patreon and see us in the lightest of drag recording it.
With a little bit. What's that from?
I don't know what you're doing.
A little bit.
Hey, Maim.
A little bit.
Did you know that we?
Oh, Mary Poppins.
Did you know that we have? Did you know that we have merchandise? That's right. If you go to mimsmaim.com, you can buy something. Hey, Maim.
Sure. Yeah. What?
Do you know what I love?
5-star reviews.
That's right, dear listeners. I love 5-star reviews, and we got the nicest 5-star review.
Literally, I was emotional.
She gets emotional, baby, every time she thinks of you.
Shut up. I'm an emotional person. What do you want me to do about that?
Which is funny because she doesn't like love stories. Did you like Pride and Prejudice, the movie?
I like Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, the book.
What about Pride and Prejudice, the movie?
With Keira Knightley?
Yes.
It was okay.
What about Young Victoria?
It's all right.
Do you like period dramas?
I do somewhat.
Do you like The Crown?
Oh yeah, I do like The Crown.
Okay, I didn't watch the most recent season.
I haven't seen it yet either.
Yeah.
I mean, I forget that it's there. I mean, I do. Every time there's a new season or when there would be new seasons, I'd always forget until like Emmy season, and I'm like, oh, there was a new
speaking
season.
of girls, speaking of, there's a new season there's a new season out right now, right?
Of what?
Ding dong, sweetie, ding dong. Glow Up. Do you watch Glow Up? Did you know there's a new season?
I didn't know that.
Yes, dear, there's a new season.
Strangely enough, I didn't know about that show, and my husband got me into that show.
Her glasses have gotten even more insane that the lenses have gotten so small she can barely see out of them. I don't know. It's fantastic. I love her. This is season 3, episode 20, The Cemetary Vote.
Oh, sounds very Halloween-y.
So you're a Halloweenie.
Kielbasa.
Oh, girl. When I was in Minneapolis, there's a Ukrainian deli that has sausages and it's delicious.
So Ukrainian, is there anything specifically like
Borscht.
flavor profile that's Ukrainian?
Beets, fennel.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you like beets?
I'm not a big beet person, but my husband loves them.
Dill.
Dill. I
Huh?
love dill.
Okay.
I love
It's
dill.
like all those Eastern European flavors, yeah, paprika.
Chicken paprikash.
I believe that is. I think paprikash is a Ukrainian thing.
Okay, well there you go.
Or is it Hungarian? Goulash, borscht, those sort of things. Borscht. That's beaten beef stew. It's delicious. It's absolutely delicious.
It's weird. Us saying the word borscht, I was wondering the other day. I wonder if the word hoist makes people as uncomfortable as the word moist does.
So we're at an impound lot in Comstock, Idaho. I'm letting that go. I don't know how to respond to it, and I don't want to respond to it.
I think you just responded to it.
I did, and I hate myself for it. As much as Anthony hated his daddy in that episode of Deciding Women.
He would have loved it more if he'd gotten a VCR too.
That he didn't even get the man a VCR.
Nobody got him a VCR. I would have been upset because they were pretty clear when Suzanne said it. I was like, why didn't they get him both?
Anyway, and a man just drives through the gate. He goes up to this car, and a policeman strangles him.
Whoa. Rodney King.
That well, no, he's not black. The policeman's name is Wayne. The old man's name is Harry. And we find out that this car is Jimmy's. It should have been released to his wife weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
And Sheriff, that guy, his last name is Yates. And as we're panning around, as the old man's leaving the impound lot, we find out that Yates is running for mayor.
Oh, there's a lot of that guys in this episode.
There is. And two of them are Star Trek that guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're at the cemetery, And JB's at a grave. It's Jim's grave, the same person whose car it was.
Oh, okay.
And Linda is there, and that's his wife.
No, poor
Yeah.
Linda.
She just lost Jim, and she's very upset. But she needs to go by City Hall and pick up a few things on the way back, so she's going to stop by City Hall.
Okay.
Yeah, he died like over a month ago, and she's just not.
She hasn't been able to bring herself to it
Yeah,
until now. She's strong. She's a strong lady.
So we're at City Hall, and we find out that David is running for mayor. David, that guy senator from X-Men. I mean, that's who he is. That's what, like, in our zeitgeist, we would know him as the anti-mutant X-Men.
Yep.
He's also a Star Trek that guy too. Like,
yeah, he's a lot of that, guys.
Yeah. And Kate Gunnarsson, who's that guy too. We'll get to her in a little while. Her civic club is against him running, right?
Mm-hmm.
But George, who is on the city council, is with him. So George wants David to be the mayor. Kate Gunnarsson does not, and Kate Gunnarsson is crooked.
Oh.
Yes.
I've seen one of those before. That too. All of them, honey. It's like a compass.
I know. Girl, you ain't seen that many peens.
I mean, in real life?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I mean, got to find out the heft of them. Did you read Heartstopper yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. I thought you said you could at least try to read it.
I didn't say I didn't say it was going to be like the next week.
Oh, that was 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Yeah. Have you seen Encanto?
Yes. I did see Encanto.
I'm glad. Well, what did we watch? Oh, have you seen the newest Puss in Boots movie?
I haven't seen like the last few Puss
Oh,
in
you
Boots
don't need
movies.
to. Yeah, just the most recent one is very good.
Okay.
Like it is legit very good and like very well animated and stuff. The other ones are okay. I didn't watch them either, but the most recent one, very good.
Okay.
Yeah. I highly suggest it.
Yeah, I'll give it. I mean, I just forget that they were a thing.
It's on, what's it on? Oh, it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw them pop up. I mean, I literally just, it's like one of those franchises where it's like you forget it keeps going.
I mean, there are so many Shrek movies.
There's about to be a fifth one.
I know.
Once the strike's over.
Apparently, Beetlejuice 2 was 99.5% done. They had like 2 days of filming left, and then they were going to be done. Yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Drew Barrymore, did you see that she turned back and now she's not going to start the show again?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know if this is controversial or not. I don't think that it's right that everybody piled onto her when all these other shows were going to start back up again too. I don't understand why they did that.
Two reasons why.
Mm-hmm.
She was using writers. She was using non-union writers. Number one.
Okay.
Oh, okay, there's 3 reasons. Sorry. Number 2, she doesn't own her show, so she could say no. Because where are they going to fire her?
Oh, okay.
The Drew Barrymore shows, it's not like some of the other ones like Bill Maher. Bill Maher owns a show.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Back at the last one, David Letterman.
Okay.
David Letterman years ago, during the writer's strike, he was able to come back with writers because he went to the union and was like, hey, I want an exemption. I will follow what you want.
Got you.
She didn't do any of that. Number 3, and probably most importantly, her last name.
Oh, that's true.
Like,
yeah. I guess you're right. Yeah, I mean, I think probably I got so like I didn't understand. I mean, you know, obviously they weren't doing a good job explaining things, but it was like Jennifer Hudson's show was coming back and the talk was coming back.
So Jennifer Hudson's show, those shows are under a different contract.
Okay.
Those are under network contract.
Got it.
Drew Barrymore's is under the writer's contract. So it's two different contracts there.
Okay.
Bill Maher is coming back with just them in a circle talking.
Oh,
That's all his show's going to be.
Gotcha.
Because he can do that without writers. He's going to have writers. He's an asshole. I don't know. The talk may be coming back in violation. I'm not sure about that. But
No, the talk's now not coming back either because of the thing with Drew Barrymore. They're now not coming back either.
Yeah, but the ones that are like the single person, the whatever show, those are under a different contract.
Gotcha. That's why I was so confused. I was like, what specifically has she done that's like drawn all this? So makes sense now.
It was. And go unions.
Literally. Get them people some good stuff, y'all. Come on.
So Linda and JB are here. And like JB gets introduced, and then Harry busts in. He wants the car because there's evidence for murder in that car.
Whoa, Harry. Yeah. Are you sure? I think it was an accident.
No, he wants to see it. And it should have been released. And Wayne put a stranglehold on him. So David's like, you know what? I'm going to call up a judge and get them to release that car to you.
There you go.
So they're at an impound lot again. And we find out that the car was crushed before they could look for any kind of evidence in it.
Say what?
And JB is, I believe the phrase is, incensed.
That is highly suspicious.
Highly suspicious.
Like,
just like your makeup half the time.
Oh, it's true.
Girl, do you know why the shirt you're wearing is very appropriate right now?
My pretzel shirt?
Uh-huh.
No, why?
Because it's Oktoberfest in Munich.
Is it?
It is.
But it's not October.
Correct. It ends in October.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know it went on that long.
It's mid-September and ends the first day of October. Yeah.
I had no idea. See that?
Yeah.
I did this on purpose.
To celebrate your German heritage.
Yes. I've had enough schnitzel.
Girl, had enough what?
Schnitzel?
Yes, that is German. That is very good. Yeah. Very good. Girl, I am very excited because starting next year, we have a direct flight from Raleigh to Frankfurt, Germany.
Oh boy, that's actually cool.
It is. I am very excited. I love that country. You've never been. I
know. I would love to go with you sometime.
It's girl. So when I was there last time, I went with my grandmother. I don't know if you remember this. I went with her to see her family.
I remember the last time you went with your grandmother.
It was in 2019.
We didn't really talk about it though, but I remember you going.
So we went to a little cafe. Mm-hmm. Okay, my mother, my husband, and I, and my grandmother was with her brother. Anyway, and we sit there, and I'm like asking questions in German about this cake or what kind of cakes they have, and I was like, and then after I got through that part, it left me. Like my German just left out of my head, and I was like, "Do you speak English?" She's like, "Yes, I do." I was like, "Thanks." The strawberry one, please.
I mean, every once in a while,
yeah,
you just go blank.
Yeah, everybody in Germany speaks English anyway, so it's easy.
Nice.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Yeah. Everybody in France does too. They just don't want to.
It's true. It's very true.
Actually, they want to be demeaning about it. Oh, like, girl, if you went there and tried to speak French to them, it's easier if I just speak English to you.
Yes, I know.
And you're like, that's fine. Do it, girl.
Except for the lady at the stupid subway. The lady at the subway window, she was not nice at all. I'll never forget. Like, she was the only person the whole time I was there that was, like, rude. And I was like, you really don't have to be this rude.
Oh, did they not call you a fucking American when you walked through the airport?
No.
Oh, they did to us.
No.
They did it in English.
France has a very unusual thing about American people of color. I can't explain it. And other people of color have talked about this too. There's something that they're like nicer to us because
they were anti-slavery.
Yeah. And they think that America is still awful to people of color, which I mean it is, but like so they're
funny story.
Nice.
Funny story. So's France.
Oh, I know. That's what I mean. So that's why I said American people of color, like
actually
specifically.
TBH, the one that gets it right with people of color is probably Germany.
Yeah.
Except for the Turkish people, which they have as second-class citizens. It's all very complicated.
They have a weird thing about Turkish people. What was it? Where they call the Roma people too?
Yes.
Yes. In France, like that's the dirty word. Like when we were there, good Lord, don't even say the word Roma. They were like,
yeah.
I'm like, who are these people that you people hate so much? I don't get it.
Oh, that's true in Eastern North Carolina too.
Really?
They had a large population of Romani that would come through travelers. Yes. And they would like, yes, they're gonna set up their houses on the back of your farm and steal all your cattle. Like, what they aren't going to do. They're just going to travel on through, and hell, now they're probably going to have another season of My Big Fat Romani Wedding or whatever it is. I'm not going to say the other word for it.
Did you see the they're doing a Greek wedding 3?
Girl, of course I did. They've only got 3 movies they can advertise whenever you go see something in theaters. It was that, Gran Turismo, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What else you got? Oh, at the time it was Color Purple too. Sorry, there was 4. So no, tell me more.
The Oscars are going to be weird this year.
Yeah, nobody's going to try for them.
Yeah.
It's going to be Barbie and Oppenheimer, and they're just going to win everything. And that's fine. That's fine. Margot Robbie probably deserves an Oscar.
Yeah.
Have you seen Barbie yet?
No. I know. Too many things kept coming up. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not proud of the fact. Just too many things kept coming up.
Carl, what do you do on Monday nights?
Improv practice.
What do you do on Tuesday nights?
We do the podcast.
Oh, what did we do last Tuesday?
Last Tuesday we didn't do the podcast, but I had to go see my friend's comedy show.
Okay.
Wednesday nights. Well, every other Wednesday night is when I do the talk show.
So what about the Wednesday nights that you don't do the talk show?
I don't know. I'm sewing stuff for the Thursday show.
Now, I've got a question for you.
Yes.
What about after we record the podcast? What do you do?
I go run errands and get groceries for the week.
There you go. You could just go see it Sunday evening.
But that's when I get my household stuff done.
Get your husband to do it.
He does other household stuff. We split duties.
Get the Crystals to do it. So the car was crushed. JB's incensed. We're at Kate's Cafe. And we meet Kate. Who, dear listeners, you may know as the helper from Beetlejuice, the manager who is smoking with the. When I saw her, I was like, she's in that wig in this. Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah. Oh,
the wig is lovely.
She's like, I want the cheapest brown wig and the brightest red lipstick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On my smoke wrinkled lips.
So she's edgy, and we find out they have a gambling club on the weekends.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they get down like that. All right.
So now we're at Linda's, and Linda is wearing a nightgown. This blanket that they have sewn into a nightgown, girl. What is this?
Those were popular back then.
I have never seen anything like this. My family just wore flannel ones. Like that is
No.
okay.
Those paneled, like quilted looking things, those were popular back then.
So somebody on Facebook posted, "You've never been as comfortable as you were wrapped in this," and it was the. Do you remember the '90s fleece blankets that had like the silky rim over it?
Yeah.
Okay. They came
every auntie had that blanket.
They came in pink, light blue, and yellow. My family had
there was also a sea green as well.
Was there a sea green? We had the yellow, the tan yellow.
Those were the days.
Those were the days.
They were, and they always, for some reason, like they felt more comfortable than they should have.
Oh yeah, but they got too hot. Like I would put
in
them
a
on
minute.
Like, and part of that was, dear listeners, that in the South, it never got, like, yes, we're experiencing global warming and things are like much warmer now than what they were. It still was never that cold.
No, I mean,
we
I
hardly ever got below 32.
No, it wasn't that cold, but it was colder for like more months. Right? Like it gets warmer now, like
that
earlier.
And my grandmother in her house had electric radiant heat in every room.
Oh my Lord.
So you turned it on and there was like a heater along the floor.
Good gosh.
Oh yeah. That shit got hot.
Yeah, we lived in a furnace house, so like some of the rooms were cold and some of the rooms were hot. So
yeah, no,
those blankets came in handy.
I didn't even know they made this. Like, it was very weird. And the air conditioner was a window unit that my grandfather cut a hole in the side of the house.
Of course he did.
And put a huge window unit in.
Of
to
course
cool the entire
he did.
house. And it worked. Like, the whole house was cold. Yeah.
Oh man, your granddad was so cool.
Yeah, he was. So we find out that Yates won on the cemetery vote, which is putting in dead people.
Oh,
I wonder how they're going to show their IDs to vote.
Whoa. Controversial. Being controversial.
North Carolina just put in ID, so
of course he did.
Okay. Surprised you ain't got to show your ID.
We might have to. I don't know.
And prove that you're not a felon somehow.
Yes. I promise I'm not. Yeah, but you're black. I'm not.
A felon or black? Well, you're lying to me about one of them.
Florida
I
logic.
can see. Girl. Going back to the transracial thing.
Oh, no.
So there is, you can Google, I need you to Google transracial video.
Okay.
There is a video that was done by BBC4 that is a black woman. She is a cis black woman. She's not the transracial one. And then there's a white they, them, who they believe that they are they are Korean. They are white, and she lets them have it. Yes. It is so good. And talking to my husband, who is, what are you looking at?
I think I found it. I have to watch this.
Yeah.
later.
So talking to my husband about this, he said that there is the easiest way to discuss this, the easiest, beat down of all of this. There is no genetic marker for race, right? Race is nothing. It's white people are a little less diverse than black people, whatever. But in the whole, like, everything of it, race is meaningless. Race is nothing. So
sounds like our biology teacher when he used to talk about that.
Yeah.
And they didn't like it.
Are you talking about our high school biology teacher?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I know. Mm-hmm.
Girl, they used to hate when he get on that subject.
Yeah, because it's meaningless. We're all just one huge race.
We're all just one big old family, honey. Yes.
One day we're all just going to look like you. Men, women, we're all gonna be bearded and have cotton balls on our head.
Blue cotton balls.
Is it blue right now?
It's like a teal color.
Dear listeners, you can't see it, but she's got it moppy and curly, and it's like her roots be showing. And
me roots need doing.
Girl. Speaking of girl. As I was pulling into my townhome complex this week, a man in a truck was leaving. Girl, he was in his 60s.
Yes.
Juiciest Jerry curl.
Come on, bro.
I was like, I had to do a double take. I was like, what you're gonna, and did not have a seat protector for his headrest.
You better keep that away from an open flame, honey. Yeah. Playing with fire, literally.
And not getting burned. So a glass broke. Somebody's here.
Oh, dang.
It's Harry. Harry and Linda argue for a minute, and JB believes Harry. Okay. Nate goes through the personal effects from Jim.
Got it.
And Harry takes a ring. There's a little gold ring that he gave to Jim. And then JB finds a number. First, there's a MasterCard. I don't know if you saw that. But behind the MasterCard, JB finds a number. And she hands it to Harry. And Harry, rather than just taking the piece of paper, writes it down. But whatever.
Okay.
And he's like, This is what I need. This is what I need. A little bit later on, Harry's dead.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he died.
Was it an accident also?
Well, we're going to find that out, Maim. Don't jump ahead too much. Don't jump ahead too much.
Man.
So we're at the police, and they make Linda go in to ID Harry.
Didn't anyone in the city ID him?
Yes, they can. They can, but they ask her to.
That seems very cruel.
So JB's just, again, incensed, goes up to Sheriff Yates and it's like, how'd he die? Are you going to tell me how he died? He was banged over the head. And JB's like, do you think this is a coincidence? That first Jim was killed and now him? And now David's here and he's upset. Do you have his personal effects? The wallet and the keys and ring and anything? Do you have them? Do you have his personal effects? His
David,
effects, his special effects. Do you have his personal effects, though? Do you have any of them, perchance, to dream?
No.
To dream the impossible dream. To fight the unbeatable foe. To bear with unbearable sorrow. To go where the brave did not go. This is my quest.
You all right there, honey?
So he didn't have anything, not even his boots on him.
Not even his boots.
Not even his boots. They went walking.
Oh, okay, boots. Start walking.
So we're at the state police now.
Whoa, it's escalating.
And we meet Captain Lenko, that guy, who was Riker's father on Star Trek.
Yes, now this dude has played so many characters.
He has
on TV and movies.
He apparently, we find out that he led raids twice on the gambling hall, and there was nothing but some tractors and some pickle openers in there. Then there was one time that he and Jim went on a surprise raid when Yates wasn't around.
Okay.
They even still knew it was going to happen.
That's unusual.
This happened 2 nights before the car crash. And JB shows Lenko the number, and he's like, I don't know. It looks like something you see at the library. La bibliothèque.
La biblioteca.
Yeah. La biblioteca. I forgot. What is library in German? I think it's Bibliothek. No,
That wouldn't make any sense, would it?
Yeah. Why not? Bibliothek is
there's not enough
Greek.
hard consonants. I need more spit being thrown when you say library.
Yeah, bibliothek. Yeah. Again, it's Greek, so. But.
I was just hoping for more like hard.
Okay, a hospital's a Krankenhaus. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. A nurse.
That's what I love. I love that about the German language. I don't know why.
A nurse
Yes.
is a Krankenschwester. A sick
What?
A sick sister. Yeah.
I love that.
Because they used to be nuns, so
Yeah.
yeah. There you go.
See, I love it. Dude, it's so stupid why I love it. But I
Oh,
don't know why.
my favorite word for I'm holding my cell phone, which you can't see.
Yes.
German for cell phone is Handy.
Handy.
Handy. Handy. Handy.
Oh.
My handy. Because it's handy.
I think my favorite French word I ever learned was the one for computer, which is ordinateur.
Yeah, ordinateur. Yeah.
It's like what? The first time I learned, I was like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. Because France is very specific about not having other words to replace their words.
Yep.
Because they don't want their language to die. They're
No.
incredibly complicated language for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're at the mayor's office.
Okay.
We meet Cindy, the mayor's secretary.
Well, hi, Cindy. You seem like quite a
She's
little
teased out her
cheeky.
gills a little, but I don't know if you noticed.
I did notice it a bit, dear. Yes.
So she sends her in to talk to Linda, and she closed the door, and then eavesdrops. She's dropping all them eaves on JB and Lindy.
Oh.
So JB just basically like, Linda, cut the shit. Jim and Harry were murdered.
That would be a cool.
Linda
actually,
does
thing.
not want to hear it.
Linda is in the land of delusion right now.
The delusion illusion?
The delusion.
Girl, are you still in a delusion illusion?
Every day of my life.
Every day of my life.
Every day of my life.
So David and JB are going to go to the library.
It's open, Handy. The library is open.
But JB also wants to go see where Jim died.
Oh, well, that is fun.
Mm-hmm. So they're on a car ride, JB and David, without wearing their seatbelts. Let me throw this in. I don't know if you noticed that their seatbelts are all the way
I
up.
noticed.
Dear listeners, always wear your seatbelt.
Yes. I think most of our listeners are probably good about that.
There's
I
only
hope.
one time that I've ever heard of not wearing a seatbelt and saving somebody's life.
What was that?
In our high school,
Yeah.
the person who was flung from the car because they weren't wearing the seatbelt, but everybody else was, and they were faulty.
Oh, that's right. I forgot all about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gracious. We've had a lot of strange things happen in our circle of people that we know.
did. It's our circle of people. Girl, hold on a sec. I need to pause this because I want to. Well, we were just talking about how they're driving along without their seatbelts. And
Don't drive without your seatbelt.
don't ride without your seatbelt. And there's a big rig that's coming and keeps on bumping into them.
A big old rig.
Big old. Hold on, I'm gonna get this thing fixed. So David runs off the road, and the big rig keeps on going, and the ambulance shows up.
Mm-hmm.
And Yates is here. Wayne's here too. And Yates is a complete ass to JB and David about the truck that hit them. What did it look like? What was his license plate number? What make was it? JB's like, I don't know. I couldn't see anything. It was all dirty. Why are you being such an ass? They get up and Jade's like, where are y'all going? And JB's like, we're going to get in this ambulance and go to the
We
hospital.
going to the hospital. You gonna stop me from doing that too?
I mean, they may.
That's true. Actually, they might.
So we're back at Linda's. And JB is hurting.
It's cute, actually. I mean, it's not cute, but it's kind of cute how she's like, oh.
JB again tells her to cut the shit about Jim. And she's like, well, it's all my fault. It's all my fault, JB. It's all my fault. And JB's like, girl, I ain't got time for your white nonsense.
That would have been a good line. Just like smack. Oh, white nonsense.
Yeah, what black woman could play JB Fletcher? Who's that age now?
What's her name? The lady from Hidden Figures. What's her name?
Karaji?
No, the other one. I can't remember. She was in that horror
Octavia
movie.
Spencer?
Yeah.
See, I'm thinking somebody a little bit. Octavia Spencer's not that old.
Yeah, but Jessica wasn't that old when she played Jessica.
She was still in her 60s. I'm thinking somebody like what?
I'm trying to think now. Like, yeah, now my brain's kind of like, ooh, Jack A could be.
Jack A's a little too old though now. See that now you're getting. We need somebody who's right in that.
No, I think Jack A Harry's in her 60s.
Is she? I thought she was in her 70s or 80s.
Hold on. No, she ain't that old. Hold on. Let me find it real quick. 227. Jack A. Jack A is. She's in her 60s.
Is she? How old is she?
Jack A was born in Winston-Salem.
I know, dear. She still lives
I didn't
here.
know that.
I've talked about it on this podcast.
I don't remember that.
Okay.
I don't remember that. So let's see. 53. So she's like 67.
Okay.
She ain't that. I mean, that's
Actually, that's the one I want.
Who?
She's a year older.
Who?
Alfre Woodard.
She's too serious.
Oh.
I would love Loretta Devine. Actually,
She's a little too old, though. Yeah.
Loretta Devine would be a good Jessica.
She would be. Oh, Essence. Stunning 60s. 11 beautiful black women slaying in their 60s.
Oh, who are they?
Beverly Johnson.
Well,
Shaka Khan.
Yes.
Gail.
Oh, Oprah's Gail.
Oprah.
Okay. Oprah could do it.
She could. Lynn Whitfield.
Tina
Tina Knowles Lawson.
Come on, Miss Tina.
Pat Cleveland.
Two of these women are like famous models from the 80s.
Alfre Woodard. Debbie Allen.
Alicia Rashad. She could be Jessica Fletcher. No?
No, any woman that came out and said, oh, I completely support Bill Cosby. Mm-mm.
Oh, I forgot she did that.
Loretta Devine. Iman. It's done. It's going to be Iman. The most boring Jessica Fletcher.
Be a really interesting. Yeah, that would be an interesting interpretation of Jessica.
So JB calls the captain, and we find out that someone may have robbed Harry's body and taken the boots, and that there's a mole in Jim's office.
It's a lot of information to find out.
So we're back at City Hall, and George found the mole. We meet Rita, who is David's secretary.
Okay.
She's like, I'm not one to gossip, but.
Our favorite type of lady.
I know. Cindy's sleeping with Wayne.
Whoa, gross.
So now we're at the Highway Hotel. And Cindy and Wayne are getting it on, and Wayne's very controlling. Wayne's a
That's an
gross.
understatement. Rain is just like that character in the actor too. Just all this. No.
So we're back at City Hall, and JB confronts Cindy.
Oh no.
And she's finally like, fine, I gave Win info because I'm afraid of him. But I do love him. He's going to leave his wife as soon as she has her baby for me. Mm-hmm.
Girl, you don't know, honey. He ain't going to leave his wife. Girl.
And JB's like, did you tell the deputy about the raid on the gambling club? No. Fine. And JB shows Cindy the letters, and she's like, oh, this is a legal reference. She finds the reference, and JB finds a letter that basically exposes Yates and the gambling.
Oh.
We're at the police, and again, it's a statement about Yates being there when the gambling was happening. And JB also found another note about some sort of vote. The cemetery vote, she doesn't really know what it was. We find out that the police found the boots, but he still had the ring on.
Oh, that's strange.
At JB, it clicks. She's like, set up the raid, and I'm going to go fix this. So we're at the warehouse. It is a hopping party. That party looked fun. Did it not?
No, it looked like a good time.
I mean, except for Kate's over there just playing solitaire, bored.
Well, she is a seasoned woman.
She is. Girl, and dear listeners, if you ever go to Vegas or somewhere and you see the spinning wheel with dollars and stuff on it, never play that game. Just don't.
Why?
It's got one of the worst like returns or anything. And also they put people, whenever a dealer does something wrong, they put them at those games.
Oh.
Yeah. Because they can't be trusted to do cards.
So like I know nothing about gambling. Like, so they're just bad at dealing cards?
Yeah. Or they flub up money or something. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, girl. Shit.
I wish I had any reference to gambling stuff, because I just don't know anything about it.
I mean, do you really? Do you care that much?
Well, it's like when you say that, right? Like a person's bad at something like that. I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, how does that translate exactly? That's all.
They broke a union rule. Well, they did. Their union.
They pulled a Barrymore.
So we're back. So Yates and Kate are here. Wayne is having a grand old time.
Come on, Wayne.
So we're back at City Hall. And David shows up. And JB's like, I found these letters. I'm getting ready to go meet Linda, but it's very exciting. They're getting ready to go to the gambling hall and shut it down.
Oh.
It should be in a couple of hours. So JB walks out of the office, leaves the door ajar. Hey, here's a phone call. I'm calling Kate. Could I speak to her? They're going to come up to that gambling hall, and they're going to tear it all up in a couple hours. You guys need to worry about. And the sheriff's on the other end, or the state trooper, and he's like, thanks. We got you recording. Bye. JB comes in, confronts David. It's like, you committed the murder. Jim probably confronted you. You denied it. Then you cut the brake line on his car. He died. Then Harry came over, confronted you. You killed him. And I know you killed him because you asked for the ring. Linda's here, and she corroborates that she knew nothing about the ring.
Or Linda.
Yeah. You probably took the reference, figured out where they were, moved stuff around, and destroyed the one that was about you. George comes in and is like, you know what? The police are getting ready to come here, and if you try to make it through me, I'm going to hit you. And David's just like, whoa, this is flimsy ass evidence, but you know what? So we're at the cemetery. JB says bye, and Linda's going to run for mayor. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you enjoy this episode?
It's a fun little whodunit.
It is a
this
fun
time.
whodunit.
It
is.
I like the fact that by the time I got to the end, I was thinking that the sheriff was going to be like not bad. So I was like, are they going to pull a bait and switch? He's like a good guy. So I was glad he still stayed a bad guy.
Yeah. I thought the killer that I had were between two. I was actually going to wonder if it was Linda. Because when she's act really weird at the beginning.
She did act really strange at the beginning of the episode. You're right.
And the other one was, I kind of figured it was David. Like, I was like, yeah, they're playing too hard on it being Kate. And
well, I was also hoping for the sheriff, the deputy, to get like more comeuppance than he got, other than just getting arrested at the end. I was like, man,
yeah,
I just, sometimes his characters are so terrible that you're just like, I want something bad to happen to them. But he's like, hey, I'm gonna be sheriff. And it's like, oh God, you're still a bitch.
Well, Maim, why don't you tell our dear listeners where they can find you?
Okay, sure, I guess. Hello, dear listeners. It's I, Auntie Maim, your favorite relation. You can catch me every Thursday night hosting Amazing Colossal Karaoke at Killer Idol in South Beach. You can find me doing improvised comedy and stand-up at the Villain Theater. More about them at villaintheater.com. And lastly, you can find me online with the Happening Out television network. Search for them on social media as anywhere, and you can find our weekly talk show that we do. That sounds about it. And also go to I'mYourAuntieMaim.com if you want to get links to all those things. How about you, Mims?
Hey, y'all, I'm the Divine Miss Mims. You can find me online at Divine Miss Mims. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Did you know that we have Patreon?
What?
That's right. If you go to patreon.com, Mims Maim, you can throw some money. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Did you know that we have another podcasts?
No.
That's right. We have Baking Sugar, our Design Win podcast, and You Slay, That's Not Right. We Object, our Ally McBeal podcast. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have merchandise?
Say what?
That's right. If you go to MimsMaim.com, you can buy something. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Do you know what I love?
5-star reviews.
That's right, dear listeners. I love 5-star reviews. They really help us. That's it. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that you can reach out to us?
What?
That's right, dear listeners. You can send us an email at mimsmaim@gmail.com or send us a text at 704-380-0618. Hey, Maim.
Uh-huh.
Do you have anything else to add?
Not really.
Why don't you say goodnight, Maim?
Fine. Good night, Maim.
Bye, y'all.